We have possibly one of the juiciest patches I have ever seen. This is for patch 12.9, and this is the second to last patch for set 6.5. This is a preview image. Pretty much everything's getting buffed, and we have two nerfs to Syndicate and Morellonomicon. Let's just get right into the changes because there is a lot of stuff going on. In case you guys didn't know, set 7 is going to be called Dragonlands. I've been doing something to prepare for it, so do get ready for that as well. So they're also releasing a new bundle, the Ruined Pengu. You have one Magical Misfit eggs, one Fearless Fellowship egg, and one Ingenious Inventor egg for 650 RP if you want that. And then there's also a chibi sale. So all these guys, they were, I believe, released at the beginning of the set, are going to be discounted quite a bit. So now onto the system changes. This is what we're all here for. Dragon eggs. So at the start of the game, every player gets an egg. This is to prepare for the dragon set, I'm imagining. There are 5 different size eggs. The larger the egg, the more stuff inside, but the longer it takes to hatch. Every player gets the same size egg, and every egg has the same value of contents, though the items are different. Every egg will contain Atoma traits, but bigger eggs will have components, completed items, radiant items, and more. So now we get also augment combinations. So we've changed the odds of various augment combinations to keep things fresh and fun towards the end of the set. Reintroduced gold, silver, silver, lowered the odds of prismatic for third augment, increased the odds of a prismatic all game, and then total odds of any prismatic in game is unchanged. So now onto the large changes. So pretty much this just means you get prismatics earlier, but they appear the same amount of times. Now onto the large changes, like our changes to Jason Victor. Augments. So Electrocharge 3 damage is being buffed across the board. Metabolic Accelerator now only available on stage 1-4. I thought this was already the case, but I guess not. Now onto the traits. With everyone getting Atoma traits from the Treasure Dragon's Egg, we're making sure that these traits feel, or the chase traits feel worth chasing. So we are going to, okay, so they're buffing like the last ones of everything. So 6 Assassin, 50 to 60%, Critical Strike, 60 to 75%, Challengers, they're getting buffed at like the 2 later ones. Chemtech, same thing, both for their attack speed and their healing. Colossus, you now get 3 Colossus bonus, holy cow. Your Colossus gain 800 more HP for a total of 1600. Debonair 5 and 7 get buffed for health and ability power. Enchanters getting a buff like pretty much across the board. Enchanter heal and percent increase, the same thing. And then Enforcer 5-piece bonus. Your Enforcer now gains 80% attack speed. So obviously if you're playing like Caitlyn, if you're playing Jace, gonna be very, very welcome for you. Hextech on hit magic damage while shielded is going to be, let's see, increase from 4 and up. From 4, 6, and 8 Hextech. Mercenary lowered the gold slightly from 3 and 5 Mercenary in the 0 to 5 loss range, but the average value of Mercenary 7 is being increased by 8.9 to 11.37. Mutant Bioleeching Omnivamp is being increased at 5 and 7 Mutant. Socialite, slight buff at 1 Socialite. Syndicate being nerfed. Syndicate 7 being nerfed as well, so these are the only things being nerfed ever. And then Yordle 6 mana reduction, 30% to 33 reduction. That is of course a buff because you get more mana reduced. And then now onto units tier 1. So 1 cost reroll comps go, and a wicked buff for 8 bodyguard Poppy that'll pop you back to galaxies. Okay, so Caitlyn attack damage and Caitlyn ace in the hole. If you guys didn't watch the World Championship, someone actually did a Caitlyn 3 reroll and it worked out pretty well considering it has not really been a thing that people have tried. Of course, it was probably a special game, but they are buffing that up. Camille defensive sweep damage being buffed across the board. Ilaoi harsh lessons damage also being buffed. I mean, everything's being buffed, right? Ilaoi's harsh lesson percent of damage healed from linked enemy is also increasing. Jarvan 0.6 to 0.7 attack speed. Ageless standard bonus attack speed percent is being buffed at 2 and 3 star. The 3-star one is actually by 10%. And then Poppy's buckler toss armor scaling 180 to 180, 210 to 220, and then 240 to 280%. And then Twitch piercing bolt damage is being increased across the board, more so in the earlier stages. So I want you guys to take a moment, go into the comments down below, let me know which 1 cost reroll you are most looking forward to try. For me, it's gotta be the Caitlyn because it was played in the World Championship, but maybe there's like an Ilaoi build that is crazy. Maybe in like a 8 bruiser build you play Ilaoi, maybe it does something, maybe it doesn't. But let me know down there. And then now onto units tier 2. We're giving a few units this patch a bit more damage at the expense of crowd control. Time flies like Robin Songs into rank 1. Sejuani Fury of the North damage is being increased across the board. Fury of the North stun duration is being reduced at 2 and 3 star. Zillion mana buff, so now he takes shorter time to cast on his second and beyond casts. And then Zillion time bomb damage. Let's see, buffed at level 1, buffed at level 2, and buffed at level 3, and the stun duration is being set to 1.5 across 3 levels. So in case you guys didn't know, Robin Songs likes to play Zillion reroll for fun, but maybe now he'll be able to play it for real as well. Now onto units tier 3. Okay, Cho'Gath, attack damage buff, feast stacks, being stacked up even more. Cho'Gath's size now increases 20% faster, does not affect his health growth, he's just bigger and more menacing. Gangplank parlay damage, buffed at 2 and 3 star. The 3 star one's actually pretty sizable, so I can imagine you can get a lot of gold from Gangplank if you get him to like 2 star or 3 star relatively early. Leona VIP bonus, max health regeneration per unit targeting her is being increased a bit. Senna mana buff, she now costs less mana in all her casts. And then Senna piercing darkness % healing increased by 10%. So dude, a lot of enchanter buffs, which should be pretty interesting. I always like Senna in this set, so hopefully we could see more of her right now. Tryndamere health 750 to 800. Spinning Slash 3 empowered autos bonus damage is now being changed from 20% to 25%. Zac max mana buff 60 to 100 is being buffed to 50 to 90, so now on the second and beyond cast it's a little faster. And then the yoink damage buffed at 2 and 3 star. Okay, so the mana one's obviously the bigger part here. Tryndamere, I wonder if like you want to build more attack damage on him now. Maybe like a Deathblade could be pretty cool to use. We'll have to see. Units tier 4, Orianna has gone the entire set with just being supportive unit. That is true. With this buffs, we're giving her the ball to score her own goals instead of just racking up assists. Okay. So Ahri attack speed being buffed by 0.05. That should make her auto a lot faster to get more mana. Alistar mana buff. This one is reducing his mana for pretty much all casts. And then Alistar pulverized damage is being buffed a little bit. Dude, I've seen some AP Alistar builds. It's not like amazing, but I've seen them do okay. I wonder if you could actually climb with them, like maybe forcing it. If you think about it, he was very similar to Scion last set, so maybe you could do something like that. Alistar pulverized stun duration is being reduced at 1 and 2 star to compensate his other buffs. Draven attack damage. Whoa, that is a 15 attack damage buff. That's quite a bit. Orianna health reduced, but her mana is being reduced a lot. Wow, from 130 to 90. So she is going to be casting a lot. Maybe you could do some ice cream builds on her. Maybe you could build like put a mana item on her like blue buff or Spirit Shojin. Probably Spirit Shojin. And then maybe give her some AP after that. Orianna's attack speed is also being increased. So double the mana regeneration because she attacks faster and she needs less mana. Orianna command shockwave shield amount is being increased a tiny bit, and then the damage is being increased by like 25 at level 1 and then 300 at 3 star. I doubt we'll be getting any 3 star Oriannas, but I do look forward to kind of seeing that like maybe in a clip or something. Vi Piltover pulverizer damage is being increased by quite a bit. 50, 50, and 100. So Vi, I've seen people start itemizing her, but maybe now we could do it for real. Man, too many things are being buffed. I can't tell what's going to happen. I'll be honest with you guys. Units tier 5, Silco attack speed being buffed a little bit. And then the Concoction explosion damage is being buffed by 100 at 1 star, 100 at 2 star, and then staying the same at 3 star. Okay, this is going to be explosive and unstable. Yeah. Items, damage over time spells, okay, blah, blah, blah. Morello max burn is being changed from 20% to 10%. Okay, that is good. Rip Renata. Yeah, so we hope to burn the book so players find items for like Renata. Yeah, like Morello. Some champions were way too reliant on this, so I'm glad that they're doing that. Small changes. I like the error I made putting our Jason Victor changes in this section. Oops. Augments. So the cybernetic implant's health is being nerfed. Same with the shell health, same with the uplink health. So they're all being like uniform. Golden Gifts 1 and 2, number of gray orbs being buffed by 1 each. Theming Rascals, low roll improved. And then now onto the traits. Clockwork base attack speed is being nerfed at 6 clockwork. Scholar mana regen is being buffed at, I believe that's 4 scholar. And then Innovator Hextech Dragon being nerfed a little bit. This is to compensate for like the trait changes, because we're going to be getting a lot more trait spatulas from these little dragon eggs. Now onto tier 1, Singe health being buffed by 50. And then tier 2, Rek'Sai max mana buff. She is going to cast a lot faster for her 2nd and beyond cast. Warwick Eternal Hunger healing is being nerfed at 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star. Actually pretty sizable at 3-star. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Echo's parallel convergence damage is being buffed at 3-star. Malzahar being nerfed, or no, buffed at 3-star as well. Ooh, I want to do another Malzahar reroll. Dude, I don't know why, but I love Malzahar reroll. I guess since you don't have Morello anymore, it's a little tricky. So maybe he really needs that because you can't rely on the Morello damage. Units tier 4, Aurelia Blade Surge is being buffed at 1 and 2-star. Sivir Ricochet nerfed at 1 and 2-star and buffed at 3-star. Units tier 5, Jace loses 1 health. Victor gains 1 health. So after this nerf, Victor may need to let Jace borrow his cane. I mean, that is why they call it Arcane. Did they just make this change just to write 3 things about Victor and Jace? Maybe so. Kai'Sa mana nerf. She now costs more mana to cast. And then Veigar Fury Horn Storm damage is being buffed by 50 at 1-star and 25 at 2-star. We might see a bunch more Yordles, because obviously Veigar is, I mean, he scales incredibly hard, right, if you get him. Zeri, Lightning Crash, passive on hit. Magic damage is also being buffed by 2 at 1-star. And that is the most of the changes. So double up, you can now return to your own board and interact with your board after reinforcing your partner. And as a result, Unit Shop UI is turned off while you're watching your partner's board, but it will reappear when you're looking at your own board. And then 1 bug fix. Wow, only 1 bug fix. Ash Volley tooltip now correctly states 20% attack speed slow. So let's just take a look at the summary again. Let's see if anything really stood out. Obviously, like all the trait ones, you're going to go for the chase traits, I hope, because they definitely incentivize those. What I'm expecting to see is maybe a lot of Dravens. I think he's like the main forecast that got a major buff, because that is a lot of attack damage he gains, and yeah, he might be popping off because of that. As for rerolls, Caitlyn reroll going to be interesting. I want to try Alawi reroll, maybe even try the Zillion tech. I heard it's pretty funny to do. Vi carry should be interesting. Maybe people go for reroll Tryndamere. I have not seen too many reroll Tryndameres this set yet. I think he only shined maybe really like for half a patch or something like that. So I really want to see him back in action. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Also, I'll be doing a Twitter egg giveaway, so be sure to follow me there. I'll probably do it this Friday at twitter.com/BunnyMuffinsLOL. So do look out for that if you're interested in winning some free little legend eggs. But we got a lot of stuff going on in the next month. The new set 7 Dragonlance is going to release at that time. If I get more info on it, I will tell you guys as soon as I can. And of course, on Friday, we'll be updating the meta snapshot. It might be a little messy this week though, because this patch is a little crazy. But hopefully you guys will enjoy that. If you guys are new and are not subscribed already, go ahead and do that below to get notifications for that. But that is going to be it from me today. It's honestly too much to unpack. Too many things are changing. Everything's being buffed. Oh, another thing that's probably fun to do, maybe go for like a full AP Alistair build, because that could be wild. But yeah, I will see you all probably on Friday.